How you doing? Gotta make sure my sound's coming through because I haven't got the thing on. Yeah, it is. Hi. 12 months. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you greatly. How are you doing? How's work going and stuff? I've got to put it back onto my stats so I can see what's going on. We're testing out streaming on 2 platforms today. Much like the Cyberbird. We're giving that Green K a try. Fingers crossed. Although it says that I'm offline, which isn't great. Never mind, it says I'm online. That's wonderful. I had to refresh it. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Finally fixed it. Fixed the issue for now. We are getting computer upgrades next Wednesday. So we'll be schnazzier. Okay, it's time.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It falls
oh,
to
it's
you
time.
wiggle, wiggle, for sure.
It is time. I'm gotta undo that. I may drop frames for a second. Just for a second. Thank you very much for the biddies. I appreciate you greatly. I don't know if I tell you that enough. But I do.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It falls to like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
Thank you. Oh, big drop. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's because I need to turn something on and I don't know how to do it. How do I do it? Oh, I click that. Click that.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It falls
Oh
to
my
like to see you
goodness.
wiggle wiggle, for sure.
My money don't jingle jingle. IT folds.
It don't jingle jingle. Right. Is that better now? Are we okay now? I meant to have the ability to put closed caption on because I wanted to try and be extra inclusive. I don't know if it works. Plus, it'll be really funny watching it try and pick up my accent. 300 biddies. Thank you so much. Stop it. Should we get on with the game? Should we? Should we? I think we should. Oh my goodness. Oh no, there's a hype train. Thank you. Hi, baby. Thank you for the hype train. Stop it. I am sweating. Hi. Straight after I'm like, I'm sweating. I'm sure this is a once you hit your 30s thing, right? I used to, this is going to be a fun talk. Let's have some fun chat, okay? Used to, when you get warm, maybe it's around here, bit under the, you know, normal places that you sweat when you get warm. As soon as I hit 30, here. So I look shiny as shit. All the time. Ridiculous.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
It
falls to like to
falls.
see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
Thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. I mean, hit. But I do appreciate like a disco ball. Yes, like a disco ball. Just less kind of like... You can't see me hand, can you? Fine. This is the skin of someone that doesn't go outside very often, Bella. Speaking of Bella. Anyway. Thank you. I do appreciate you greatly. How you doing? How's everything going? Ugh. Gonna be lurking. Not a problem. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you so much. You are too kind. Too kind. And you have the best laugh in the world.
Behind me? Where is that coming from? What the frig was that?
Duffman and you?
I'm betting that was a bear.
That was a very strange sound. Ooh! Have fun, you and Duffman. I hope you get loads of boobies. Hit the bump. Oh, yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. It does that to me a lot. I don't hit bumps though, I've just got fat thumbs. Okay, I can't remember where we were up to in this, not gonna lie. Yay! Nope, missed.
Ooh.
Who is that?
Ow. Ow. Okay, so,
I at least hit it.
Ow.
Hit it. Investigate the sewers.
Okay, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I think so. I mean, he did knock me off the cliff, and I fell for a very long way.
Job. He's fine.
Excuse me.
Not to worry, Duffman is driving. Ah, all is well then. Very good. Put out a fire. Wonder how long that fire's been burning.
Yes, yes, I did.
Total fluke. See?
Lots of miscellaneous to do. We're going to do the burglary job first, though, I think. Do you think? I think. Let us go. I have no idea why this clip is so long. Yeah, I know. It's fine, though. Hello. Oh, I forgot I had a dog. Yeah, you're going to annoy the crap out of me. Okay. Right, so...
Tools, wares, and weapons. All for sale at fair prices.
Doggo! Oh, where do we go? Can't wait while there's an enemy nearby. I wasn't gonna wait, but where's the enemy? Hello? Are they up there? Oh, that's not sneak, that's sneak. Oh, guess what? We got a new controller. Isn't it pretty? Because we got stick drift on the other two. So we got a pretty pink controller. And I'm gonna take the other two apart and fix them. Oh. Surely the Khajiit weren't bad. How do I open the map again? Not like that. I mean, technically that is what I need to do. Okay. It's very pink. It is. I love it. You stay out here. You're gonna follow me in, aren't you?
We're one of the... As you wish.
Yeah, you were there. He can wait. Fabulous. Just run it. Yeah, apparently. Oh no!
God! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait! Everybody calm down!
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Thank you very much for the read. You okay? Why am I in everybody's clips? Welcome in, Raiders. For those who don't know who I am, Hi, Silver. I am the Panda Pup. I'm technically just Panda Pup right now. And we do RPG mixed variety games, I suppose, normally, but we are on a Skyrim kick right now. And it's been a while and I can't remember the buttons. Hola! Hello! How you doing? Welcome in. How was the rest of your Souls game? That's not a Souls game, but honestly, I think it's actually just Neo with a different name tag. How was that? I love a bit of Skyrim. Yeah, you did. I didn't see any shouty then. Did anyone else? It was very brief, but you got a jump scare, and then there was a random anonymous person that will remain unnamed in the background going, "You okay?" Because apparently I'm in everybody's clips. It kept crashing. Did that happen for anyone else? I can do it again if you want me to do it again. He just wants an extra shout out, doesn't he?
Let's go. Oh, fuck! Oh my god! Oh.
Oh, the game kept crashing.
Oh.
That's hilarious. The challenge. Yeah, it was some kind of like toxic thing. Toxic waste style thing. But that was hilarious. And one of the best emotes as well. 24-hour Silver Moon, Mega Sour Sweet, yeah. Oh yeah. Hello. Lovely weather. Dun dun. Oh, don't mind if I do. You have pie? I want pie. Right, where's this fucking thing? Upstairs, of course it's upstairs. Hello. Oh, good. Thank you. No, thank you. Burnt the roof of my mouth. Just, I don't think I've ever had them. I do like sour stuff as well, mind. I don't think I've ever had them, though. I am curious, but then also at the same time, Cyber's reaction did make me go, how curious am I? Really? Very. Oh, empty. I need to read that bit first. Excuse me. Probably shouldn't fuck about, should I? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, we got a drops there. To be fair, I've got... I think we're doing quite well, given that the PC is like, you know...
I am the shadow at your back.
A bit thingy. I'd still try it, yeah, I probably will, to be fair. We'll get new parts on Wednesday. Very excited. But we're currently streaming on 2 platforms and we're not dying. So I'm impressed with little Betsy. That's what I'm going to call my PC, Betsy. I'll be right back. Not a problem. Thank you for being here. I don't know where I was going with that, but there you go.
City's quiet enough now, but when the sun...
Right, what is the button for the map?
Let's keep on your guard.
It's not the button I keep pressing. No, it's not that button. As if I'm yawning. You know what I mean? The nerve. Excuse me, thank you. I might just leave that dog at the house. For safety reasons, I don't want him to die. Maybe I should just leave him here. You can keep everybody company. We'll leave you in the bar bit though, not out here. Do-do-do-do. Excuse me. Do-do-do-do. Okay, come here. On the rug. On the rug. Yeah. Yeah. Come here.
Well? Oh, you're back? I suppose you'll be wanting your pay then.
Would be nice, yes. Excuse me.
Yeah, I did. That wood elf's wit. He's a lot smarter than I expected. Can you believe that fetcher had more than tripled the guard? There must have been 8 of them in there. It was like he was daring us to come and get him.
Yeah, I've noticed you can't use, like, other people's emotes. It's just sad. It makes me sad. But hang on, can I use... No, I can't even use yours. And I've subscribed. It's a good thing I've got awesome emotes, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. I am going to try merging the chats together. So you can see Kick chat and Twitch chat in one chat. That would be quite good. Oh, oh, what's this? What's this? Is this the goats? It's the goats. It's Orion.
Well, there's an old sewer tunnel that dumps into the lake on the northwest side of the island. That's how I slipped in there. Should still be unguarded.
My goodness. Oh. I got bubble tea.
You think you're finished? I've got plenty more where that came from.
Oh, well, yes, I am finished. Thank you. Go this way, go this way. Miko is in a safe space. You can be very happy and get lots of pub food. And lots of scritches from people. It'll be great. You'll love it there.
Something I can help with, or do you just want to...
I didn't even try and talk to you, mate. Okay. Is there something on your shoulder? It looks like a bug. It's not a bug, it's a Groot. It's a Groot. Looks like a bug. How rude. It's ugly, that's what it is. It's not ugly, it's a Groot. It's cute. How very dare. I really need to remember how to open the map, because that's going to annoy the absolute shit out of us. Not that one. Ha 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 ha. Yes, that's what happens when I discover something. Ha ha ha. Okay. Wow, we have lots of places. Winterfold. I can't believe I'm yawning. No, it is not. Exactly, it is not ugly. It's a Groot. It's adorable. What's the matter with you? Oh, well, hang on, because we've got to return to do that. They're both in Winterfold, so Rage Raid at its finest. You're terrible. Oh, you're gonna get bit bombed. Oh. Okay, so up there, and where's this person? Oh. Oh, okay, right there. I knew that. I think you should still get bit bombed. I'll help. Yeah. Right, not that way. Which pub's he in again? This is the engagement ring,
strange
isn't it?
happenings at Autumn Shade Clearing, just north of the lake. My guess, Spriggans.
Excuse me.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, milady. I don't know what to say. Such kindness is unheard of in these times. Here, I want you to accept this as payment for your sacrifice. And we both thank you.
Not if she says no.
Just get out of here.
That was rude. I just got you a wedding ring.
Ours is to smile at your passing, friend.
That's more like it.
I don't have any business with you.
Cheeky
so
bastard. Manners maketh lizard fellow. Gosh, you're just right up in my face, aren't you?
Hail, companion.
Hello.
I can take you to any of the hold. Where do you want to go?
I want to go to that one.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
In a minute. You ready to fight, my dudes? Thank you. Don't die. I'm glad I left the dog in the bloody... Oh. Hello? I'm glad I left the dog now. We have ads starting in 2.5 minutes. Are you gonna come down? Come on. Where have you gone now? Over there. You gonna come back? No? Okay, bye. Didn't want to talk to you anyway. Right, so... That's in one. Thank you, darling. Does that look like somewhere I'm gonna have to shoot people? I think that looks like somewhere I'm gonna have to shoot people. Do you think that looks like somewhere I'm gonna have to shoot people? I think I'm gonna have to shoot people. All you're gonna miss is me getting shot. But let's face it, not the only time I'm gonna get shot. Oh, that's not the button you press, you stupid git. Ah! In your head. Really? Really? It's in your head. Oh, now you're just a dick. That's also in your head. You're an arsehole. You're also an arsehole. I'm gonna die. No. Maybe. I missed it. Did you try and count it down? Yeah, that went well. Ad's starting soon. Failed successfully. Exactly. At least you were successful, you know? I'm gonna assume I want that on, and then I want to go away from me.
Now! You should have stayed in your precious forests, elf.
Well, I would have. Oh, stop pressing that button. Do I not have any potions? Shut up. Hold that thought, angry man. Stop as poison. I mean, I'll drink it, but... Nope. Nope. That'll do one. Nope. Haha. I should probably get up now, huh? Oh, shit. Oh, shoot. There's so many things that appeared at once then. Thank you. So we'll try that again, but we'll try and be successful. Okay, we're at the blueberry farm, so you good luck. I hope you get the big fat juicy blueberries. And thank you again for the biddies. I appreciate you.
I can take you to any... Where do you want to go?
Look, it was
Climb and
first
back
game
and we'll be
jitters,
off.
okay? I'll do bad this time. Maybe. You like boobies. Blueberries, not boobies.
Sun feels good, huh?
Wait, that's where I am,
be
isn't it?
good.
Or is it? Is that where I am? What did I do? Bet. Is it? It's showing me the
Hands to
dragon
yourself,
all the way
sneak
over there. Right, hang on then. I mean blueberries. Yeah, blueberries are cool. So we want that one, we want that one. Ooh, excuse-moi. We wanna not do whatever the fuck I attempted to do 2 minutes ago. Oh, itchy neck. And we want to go this way.
Go fiddling with any locks around here. We're going.
And you'd have me do what? Join the college and prance about casting spells all day?
Don't just away from me.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not
Way
gain
is
entry.
shut. It was made by the mages, and the mages keep it.
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge.
I'm not wise.
I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here?
Point the arrow, top of screen.
Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
Booberies.
Ah, the
Oh, I
immortal
kinda wish I said I
flame.
just wanna
is
see what it
said
looks
to be the
like.
source of all magic. This is a noble goal, indeed. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is
Dazzling
allowed inside.
personality.
Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic.
Okay.
A small test, if you will. No, I'm afraid I don't know anything of the sort.
Oh.
Excellent. The fear spell has saved the life of many an illusion mage. If you could cast it on the seal here on the ground, that would prove your skill. No? Well, if you think you're capable of it, then I'd be happy to provide it to you for a mere 30 gold. Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around Skyrim. They also sell spells.
It's fine.
Here you are. Now I'm anxious to see you cast it.
Oh wait, no. I need to do. Yes, stupid ass. Jesus. Oh, do I just already know it then? Oh, never mind. Yep. Never mind.
The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls.
Oh, I don't have enough?
What the?
How much do you need for that? 133. What the fuck do I have? Potion, maybe. I don't know if I've got any.
No matter what, the college will endure.
Increase me magic. Let's have a look. Not on us anyway. I might back at the house. Hold that thought.
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some.
One for me.
I ain't done
I forgot about you guys. Creepy little footman. Right. I just realised you paid to get here. You could have just fast travelled. I didn't pay to get here. I fast travelled here. I paid to get to Whitehold. I didn't pay to get here. Wait. Extra magic. I increase 40 points. Okay. Can you stack these? I doubt it. That should do it though, shouldn't it? Yes. Excuse me. Oh. I couldn't just fast travel to it. I'd never been there before. Like, see, you've not discovered. You've got to place a marker. I hadn't been there before.
The Imperials think us all lawless beasts. I'm proof of their ignorance. Trouble?
I could type the answer I'm about to say. Get out of my head!
Much knowledge lies within the college. Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college.
Thanks.
Welcome, apprentice.
Thanks.
I'll lead you across the bridge. Once
Sweet.
inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. Well done indeed.
Thanks. Whoever's designed NPCs to walk slowly.
Winterhold's glory days may lie behind it, but the college
Like, walk
lives
slower
on.
than you walk. And not run as fast as you or whatever. They just need shot. You know what I mean? With, like, salt pellets or something. Let's not be too eager. You know what I mean? Let's not be too hasty.
No matter what, the college will endure.
Champion, like the doodad. Oh. Climbs hills like those emo boys that used to go to school with me. I don't know if anyone else had those kids there, but when they walked, it was always a... That's how they climbed hills. That's how they walked. Doing, doing, doing. And it was always gothy emo kids. It wasn't ever, like, you never saw chavs walking around like that. Not me. Hello?
You are new here, are you not? We have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college.
Give you bubble tea? You don't like bubble tea?
Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us.
Like proper intense Hogwarts.
I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say.
Mind you, I say that
Events in the last
Hogwarts
several
has like
hundred years
gaming
resulted
events
in a
where you
significant
will
loss of
die.
our history, I'm
You will get
afraid.
set on fire by
My God,
dragons.
okay, it's happening.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait.
Oh.
Calm down.
Hi everybody, welcome in. How you doing? How's it going? Hang on. I feel like I should press buttons. I should press buttons faster. My God. Hello. Welcome in, raiders. How's it going? Sadie, thank you so much for the raid. How was your game? How was your stream? Hang on. I'll just get one of these out the Sadie, Rady. I love that.
Kidney for stuff like that. Come on, you keep the kidney.
Hey, I see something over here.
You should.
I wonder what. You can share a cell in prison with me for the kid. For the kid in the train the other day. Remember? Wait, what happened with the kid? I could buy you. I could buy you some balls. Shining, shimmering, splendid. That's from Aladdin, isn't it? As soon as you said I could buy, I don't know.
That was great. But yes, you should totally keep a kidney. Totally keep a kidney. Great Irish accent. Who's got an Irish accent? Irish accents are good though. They are. Everybody loves a bit of the Irish. Sadie, we need to talk because what was that clip? That clip was great. Don't know what you're on about, Geordie. Indeed. How can you tell? Hi, Harold. How you doing? Is that a Groot on your shoulder? It is. It is indeed. And it's a very cute Groot. Okay, Cyberbeard. Very cute Groot. But sorry, I'm not waffling the stuff I'm meant to waffle. Welcome in, everyone. I am Panda Pop. We normally play RPGs. We do like vary games a lot. We're currently on a Skyrim kick, and this is my first playthrough of Skyrim. I know I'm late to the party and all that jazz, but yes, I'm playing Skyrim, and it's great. Isn't it cute? It's just, he's adorable. He says hi and everything. He's just lush, and he doesn't go anywhere because there's a magnet on his ass. But how's everyone doing? I've missed your beautiful face. I've missed yours too. Have you all had a good time? If anyone needs to raid and run, do any after stream care, anything like that, I totally get it. I appreciate that you have stuck around for the raid. If you can stick around longer, fabulous.
Let me know if you hear this at all.
Listening for.
Did that play on the stream at all? No. Because if not, then nope. Okay. I gotta talk to Eternal about how he does that. Just game.
Crap, I have to do it. That's okay. I want a magnet on my ass too. Hey, we do not judge. Our faces might, but we do not. Okay? Ignore the face. It has a mind of its own. I swear. I probably will need to raid and run, sadly. Gotta head to bed. Ooh, I miss what you said. We'll lurk while I order some online shopping, though. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you very much. And I appreciate the raid so much. Thank you very, very, very much. I was testing and I didn't realise it actually clipped. Oh, I did that the other day. I went through my clips and there was one where I'm literally going, and if you press clip, it will give you a 30-second clip. And then I just waffle on about some shite for another 30 seconds. Did I just say 30 minutes? 30 seconds. Anyway, we'll get back to the game. You ready? We just got to the college. Hogwarts, but like on roids.
It's
Slight
no secret
frame
that
drop,
the
I
college's
apologise.
reputation in Skyrim is tainted.
I wonder why that is. He has a very pointy beard.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Oh.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind the decision. You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here.
Ooh, that's a bit tense. We should have done an awkward turtle, shouldn't we? Just sat there and been like, I did a hand gesture. I realised you couldn't have seen that. That was a hand gesture. Okay,
Welcome
hi.
to the college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately.
We have bubble tea. Does anyone else like bubble
first
tea?
You'll need
I like bubble
these.
tea.
While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes.
What's the matter
I'll
with my
give you a
current
brief
clothes?
tour, and then we'll get you to your first class.
That was very rude.
Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off.
What is she,
The College of
what's wrong
Winterhold
with
has
my
been
current
fixture
clothes?
in
I look
Skyrim for
awesome.
thousands of years. The
Look at
prominent
me.
feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions.
I normally dress like Adam Sandler. I love bubble tea, yes! Oh my goodness, that emote is so cute! Oh, I love it! That is adorable. Oh, hello. Did anyone see where she went? Did we go in the wrong door? Yeah. You're very welcome. Hello.
Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence. It never hurts to be prepared.
It's true. It doesn't. While we wait 20 years for this character to walk anywhere. I'm very happy to announce we get new computer parts on Wednesday. So excited. I might be able to get stream avatars back on. Oh, that'd be so good. You can have your little people doing your little battles at the bottom of the screen. It'll be great. Oh, and new controller. It's pink. So happy.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working
Love
on
when
research
games have you
or
following someone to oh my
delicate
god.
experiments.
Like, whoever invented them to walk that slowly, I hope they have crumbs in their bed. That they do not have a cold side of the pillow. That every sock they put on, one of them has a hole in the toe. Just,
Now I'll show you to your quarters.
I wish you inconvenience.
You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and
Stream
desk are
upgrades,
yours.
yeah, stream upgrades. I'm quite
Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the
I'm
Hall of the
always
Elements,
considerate
where most
of
of the
others.
members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Very hoity-toity walk. That's some heavy-duty eyeliner, though. That's like me in the noughties, kind of. 2002, 2003. Fuck yeah. Show me age now. Ooh, steelies. Don't mind me. Don't know how to sound like Herbert the Pervert there. Yes. Ooh. Oh, come on. Thank you. What? Don't look at me like that. Ooh! Gee! Hello! If you want to go really out of hand, you could wish that whenever they wash their hands, they have water run down their arms and say, oh! Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. That they put one foot on the floor in the kitchen and their sock gets wet. Just trying to think of things that make me cringe now. Hi, Gee! Buttons. She pressed buttons in mine. Oh god, not the wet sock. I know, but you've got to. Sometimes you've got to. You know what I mean? You've got to wish it upon people. I feel awful for thinking such things, but it's true. For the love of all that is... Hello, motherfucker. Hello. But oh, that's not the jump button. I knew that. Come on, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, you're a bitch. Oh, okay, we'll just do that instead. Steal, steal. Steal, steal. Really? Why does she jump so, like, daintily? That's what I imagine her being like, no, down. I don't want her angry at me. She won't make she's in a good mood. Stop plotting to push buttons. That's naughty. Naughty business. But hello, Guy. How are you? How's it going? Hang on, hang on. I need to press a button. When I remember which one you're in. There you are. You did it to me. You deserved it.
I mean, my sniffer's coming up with a bunch of horrible things there. Cool, I can fill my mouth full of nuts.
How about you stand over here? Yeah?
We're one of the... as you wish.
Look at the pretty flowers. If you know, you know. So do you... Oh, stop it. Thank you for the follows as well, guys. I appreciate you greatly. Welcome in. If you want, we've got a Discord you can join. Or if you'd like to look at any other form of socials, !socials will get you that. !Discord will get you the Discord link if you so wish to join us. Thank you, darling. Stop. And yep, stop. Stop. Same old thing here. Guitars, grass mowing, and getting ghosted on dates. Oh, for the love of... We need to like review your dating stuff because these ladies are just ridiculous. And they're obviously very, very stupid. So, yeah. Just turn gay. Men wouldn't do that to you. No. I've never had a man ghost me before. Moving on. To be fair, they were all bullets dodged. Ooh. I said men, not fuck boys. Fair. Ooh. I did. I was literally about to go, oh, did I give Harold a shouty? I did. Did you manage to get everybody like all wrangled together and stuff, Harold? Is everybody good to go? I don't like to play with the same equipment. Yeah, I understand that one. That's so difficult to pick up. My goodness. Okay, we're going now.
I am the shadow at your back.
Oh, thank you. She looks very Queen of the Damned kind of thing with that on her head, doesn't she? I like it. Or maybe it's a bit share. What do you think? Wrangled for what? When you were in Cyber's chat, you were saying that you were getting the girls wrangled together for something, I'm assuming, to leave the house to do. Oh, it was chores. Oh, we'll not steal up here. I kind of want to, but no, we won't. We won't. We'll wait. Oh, yes, I did. Good, 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 good. We will steal later. Plenty of time for stealing.
Initially, you'll be learning from one of our most esteemed wizards.
I completely forgot this person was here. We're gonna do some planting later today. Ooh, what are you planting? So they get women walking like that, and men walking like they're carrying 2 pillars under their arms. It's an observation, okay? I'm sorry, but you are walking like a Mackham.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
I don't know if they're the right kind of people for me to talk about my problems to. Know what I mean? Do they have an MD, perhaps? Psychology thing?
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning.
Wow, you're
Please, stay and
detailed individual.
So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Oh.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my
Is it
dear.
the best
of
neck?
course.
Once upon
You
a
all
time, it
certainly
might have
possess
been.
some inherent natural ability. That much is
That
not
is.
being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years.
Oh, he has
if not
heterochromia.
decades
That's
of
cool.
Practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please,
Looks
please.
like a bit of a
This is
ball sack,
exactly what
doesn't
I'm
he?
talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster
Very well groomed
is
one.
inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. We've
Actually,
no idea
this
what
is
any of us are
borderline
capable
lizard
of.
neck. Yeah.
Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
Like, if he was a tree, there'd be a lot of
What
rings,
do you
because
think
there's a
we
lot
should
of
do?
wrinkles, so... Yeah. I'm not sure, really. I wasn't listening, so I was busy being like, damn, you old! That.
Is that so?
See, she agrees with us too. Why don't you actually show us something?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll
A
start
lot of
with
wrinkles,
wards.
yeah.
Wards are
I see what you did there.
spells that
I like
block
it.
magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right?
I don't
Would
have
you
a lot
mind
of
helping
magic,
me with the
though.
demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells?
Planting some berberis. White alpine geranium. Ooh, that'll be pretty. I like it. I have a ward spell, but I've never really used it.
That's what this lesson is for. Now, if you'll just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell at you, and you block it with the ward.
But...
Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way.
You're gonna get shot, pet.
Now, cast the ward spell, and...
Wait. Impatient old codger. We can teleport the... Oh, that's kind of cool. Where's this ward? I feel like I lied to this man. Oh, no I didn't. I'm just,
Stop.
blind.
You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you.
Okay. I don't have a lot of magic, my dude.
Just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way.
Will
Now,
you
cast
move?
the war spell and keep it up. Hold still.
And die.
Excellent
Whoa.
work. Well,
Whoa.
I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of
Sorry.
the various applications of magic throughout history.
Yesterday,
the
we
college has undertaken
planted...
a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an
Oh,
excellent
red
learning
tiger
opportunity.
maple. No,
I
it's Chinese
suggest we
lantern.
meet there in a few hours
We take care
and
of it.
see
She's
what
really,
awaits us
really-
inside.
Ooh.
That's all for now. Thank you.
My mum had a... I'm pretty sure it was like a Chinese plum tree. Beautiful. A lot of upkeep, but it was beautiful. Meet this dude outside. Okie dokie.
You know, this is one of a very few places where you can receive a real education in the schools of magic.
Sorry, I had an itchy lip. Is that so? Well, isn't that fascinating information?
I think my parents reserved a spot for me here at the college on the day I was born.
Mummy and Daddy. I see. I see how it is.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope.
That's
There's
nice.
a lot of pressure for me to excel in my studies.
Why are you
I hope
following
I can live
us?
up to expectations.
Are you following him? Oh, okay, she might be following him.
It's always encouraging to see the
I'm so quick to like, what do you want? I don't trust Will.
The
You won't
college
like
will
it,
be
Malcolm?
here for you no matter what. We
I'm sure it
always
will,
look
but
after our
do you know what? I'll just go on ahead, dude. It's cool. Or will I? Am I even on the right quest? Can you imagine? Wasn't even on it. Yep. Okay. I mean, technically we were going to be going the right way. We just may have strayed from the path at some point. And yes, I suppose we're only going the right way because there's only one bridge. But it would have been the right way, okay? Got to keep that in mind. Stormtrooper. We'll go that way. Okay. Do not kill the chicken. So does anyone in... I know some people in chat stream. Anyone new in chat stream? Because we've currently... Well, we have recently, I should say, started using the Big Green app. Or the Big Green Key. And... it's very good for people that stream. You only have to stream for 5 hours and then you are basically an affiliate on it. And you can start getting subscriptions straight away. The subscriptions cost the viewer less, and one subscription, they only take like 40 pence off a subscription as opposed to 50%. It's very good. Definitely something that should be looked into. That's not the button I want. And that's not what I wanted to do either. Oh, it did. Oh well. Thank you. Oh, massive difference. I had a friend start there. It's... I would definitely, like, recommend looking into it. I'm currently streaming to both as we speak. So it is easy. And my computer, bless her, is, she owed.
Mike's fat. Mike wishes you well.
But you're a liar, so that's not very nice. Shifty bitch.
Mike knows much and tells some.
Sorry, I got totally distracted. But yes, very, very good. Very helpful. And it's not very straining. Mine is all too. Do you use OBS? Because all you need, there is a plugin that you can download, and then you put the details of Kick into it, you press start on yours, you press start on Kick, done. I am looking into something that merges the chats, because at the minute I've got the two chats open separately. But definitely something I'd look into if they literally take... It's such a change in the percentages. It's crazy. Like Cyber was telling us, there's a big name streamer, I can't remember who they are, but they're very big on here as well. And the difference in their monthly income is like 15 to 20,000, which is insane. But the difference between the two places, because of the percentage difference, is crazy. And it doesn't look like there's a minimum threshold either, so if you only make, say, a tenner, then they'll just give you what you've made. Still, yeah, well, yeah, you can still do both. I know initially there was a thing in place on here where you were not allowed to multi, but because so many people left because of that, they changed their mind. You can multi, you're just not really meant to advertise it, but to be fair, when it's that big of a difference, I'ma tell you. Take that, you big white bugger. Oh. That sounds a bit racy, didn't it? Racist. Ooh, shit. Let me tell you something. Ah! Booty! Nope, knew that was gonna miss. You're directionally challenged like me, I like it. Not that directionally challenged! We're gonna run now? Running would be good. Running is great. Thank you. Oh no! Yeah, motherfucker! Yeah. Just don't get caught advertising in VODs and you're fine. I mean, there is that as well, yes. And they probably won't understand me. So, like, double win! Yay! That wasn't what I was meant to press, but yay! Right, do we have food? Yes. Apple pie. Oh, increases stamina. Okay. We're just gonna get really plump right now. I don't really fancy eating raw fish and raw meat, if I'm honest. We can whack a little one of these out. I'm sure that sounded really good. Anyway. You have redeemed lurking. Thank you, darling. I think some of the exclamation marks should work in the big K chat. Like, I think lurk works. I think Discord should work. Socials should work. Clip, sorry, won't work because I haven't set that up for that yet, but I will. You are a little bit limited on your creativity on the green K. But that just means there's more interaction between you and the... It's just very simple interaction between you and the audience and not necessarily all your shiny bobblies. I'm not sure if you can link it up to your streamer bot. I don't think you can yet. You can link it up to your stream elements though. How many bears do you want to have out here? Jeez! Why aren't you jumping? I heard a bear. Jump. Oh. Hi. On the nosy. Oh dear.
Guide me!
Why are there two? Why are there three? What the hell are you fighting? Oh. Excuse me, there's a bloody bear over there. What are you coming starting on me for? Fuck you. I gotta head to bed. It's fun listening to you. Thank you for the company. I hope you can again properly. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope your shopping went well. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you, Bray. Have a good sleep. Mr. Magic Man, I do believe you are setting my lady on fire. And thank you for listening to me. And for being so kind, because I know I talk shit. Well, spending too much money as usual. Oh, that's fine. You only live once. Treat yourself. Bye. Good night. What's that? Let's go. I forgot how bright this is and how reflective my flesh is. So, I apologise to your retinas. It wears off after a day or two, don't worry. The sight will come back. Always take the salt. Alright, well, the little old man was just up there, so how long can he possibly take to get here? Should we give him an hour?
And here we all are.
Way.
Shall we step inside? It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
I agree. Oh, oh yes, caution, caution, of course.
You know,
Excuse me.
As some of you may know, Sarthor was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Sarthor.
Oh, I knew that. Goodies? No goodies? No good. Okay.
This is
I'm currently doing my alerts for kick now. Oh, do you get alerts once you get subscribers? So, I may have just been talking absolute shit, and you can do alerts. Forgive me. No.
Few would dare to trespass in these ruins. What you lack in wisdom, you make up for in courage.
That was kind of a nice way of saying I'm brave but dumb. And I'll take it, you know? Gotta do them on a site and use a browser source. Oh, okay. Well, there you go, guys. We're learning new things every day. Ooh. Did you... What did you... Do you know what? What did you do? What's that? Ooh. No. Oh, hello.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
Oh. Ham slice! The more you know, they say. Exactly. How you doing? How's it going?
I'll be amazed if we find anything useful here.
Which one are you on? Oh, that one.
Right, let's go see what's going on.
Oh, there's that Kerrygold.
Man.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit.
A lot better than I thought it would.
My research.
I'm glad it went better than you thought it would. It's going, that's for sure. I mean, I suppose that's a plus, maybe? possibly. Where the Why did I only just realise they're all the way back? That's the other one. Why did you guys stop?
This is exciting,
Really,
isn't it?
really.
Well, are there any questions before we begin?
Nope.
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see.
Okie
What shall we have the rest of you do? Brelina, my dear.
There may be no enemy more foul than a walking corpse.
Well, there you go. There's the green K thing. I would definitely recommend it to anyone that streams, though. 100%.
Don't touch anything! What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you.
Good.
You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work.
Yeah,
I've only
I
looked
know.
through a portion of this section.
I remembered hearing about it a couple of years
you
ago.
can look around in the chambers.
Because my
just north
sister was going on to it.
Try and be careful.
But I didn't really
alright?
think much of it
You don't wanna
because, like, you know,
damage
this
anything.
was the main thing. But me and Cyber have tried it out. This is me. I'm doing it for the first time today, and he did his proper for the first time today. And you only have to stream for 5 hours to be able to become their version of affiliate. I don't know why the rest of that word didn't come out of my mouth. And then subscription for me, it was £3.80 as opposed to the £5 to £6 that it can be on here, depending if you buy it through Google or not. Which don't do that because more expensive. And out of that £3.80, I think they only took 40 or 45 pence as their share, as opposed to anything else. So, like, that's pretty good going. And it doesn't look like
Just
there's
round up the
you've
rest
got to
of the magical
hit a
artifacts so that I
minimum
can catalog them.
threshold. So I feel like it'd just be better for people. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right. That's a hairstyle. Oh, no, no, touchy. Ooh. Ready? Because this is going to be a terrible idea. Knew it.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
I'm going to mute a minute while I do this. You're distracting us. I'm sorry.
How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use
Strange
it?
to think that these chambers were once home to the ancient Nords.
Oh, excuse me. I apologize. It is late. I still apologize though. Okay, so I'm sure these are actually quite good to wear. Ooh, a dark button. I don't think it's as good as the one I'm using. No, it's not. That needs charging though. I'm back. I may or may not have fallen asleep. That's okay. Did you have a good nap? Golden arrows. Oh my goodness. Right, so what's this? Magicka regenerates faster. Restoration spells, time between shouts, that could be a good one. I don't know. Fair enough. Oh, didn't mean to press that, but hey ho, why not? Elven boots. Enchanted ring increases your health by 20. Why not? Because we're not wearing one, are we? Oh, no, I want that necklace on. Spells cost 3% less. Oh, I think I've got to wear it. Hang on.
See that?
Yes.
Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the animal. I wonder, what effect might your spells have?
I don't know, man. Really, I broke it with a mage light. I broke it with a lamp. Fucking super strong lamp. There you go. Oh, I can change it now. Hello. Gooey.
Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting.
Oh. Hello. It's very warm. Oh, me little... I had a little fan that was keeping everything cool here. It died.
What is this place?
I forgot. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I forgot. But now I'm fucking melting. I've remembered.
Please be on your guard.
Yes, sir.
I'm not
So how's
sure
everybody
what to expect
doing?
here. Please be on your guard.
Oh, you just know things can jump out of there. Ooh. Hello.
I'm not sure what to expect here.
Yes, I know.
Please be
You've
on
said already.
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped.
Fantastic.
Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you.
Okay.
This warning is passed to you because the Sigil Order
Good.
believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
Always watching. We're gonna have ads in 3 minutes. Anyone that gets ads, just so you know.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened?
Magic.
I'm afraid I didn't see anything.
Bella.
Can you tell me more about what you saw?
Lie down.
The Sigil Order?
Lie down.
Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd.
Lie.
And danger ahead?
On a bed.
Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Sigics have no connection to these ruins.
Dog.
And no one's seen any of their order in a long
dig
time.
it.
Perhaps we
Thank
should
you.
take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Oh my word. Ooh. Apologies. Ooh.
I can certainly share a bit of what I know.
Oh, okay, no, I don't need that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't. Damn. See, knew that was coming. Oh, you lucky. You will if you get me away. Divvy. Look at it, look at it. Oh, fine. In the dick. Yeah. Still. So you have dark arrows. Don't need that.
This is simply fascinating.
No. This one. Oh.
This is simply fascinating.
Hmm. Pull the lever. Uh-oh. You motherfucker. Woohoo! Dick shot.
I've never seen anything like this.
Done. So what ones have you done? Out of interest.
Nordic ruins before. What? Look at all these.
I'll look in a minute. I'm busy.
I've never seen
I'm
anything
looting
like
corpses.
this in Nordic ruins before.
God damn, all of them.
All these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine them. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision.
I tell you what, I would not walk over the top of that. Mm-mm.
They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years.
Keep it secret.
They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
Fair enough.
Until next time.
Zero. Swift as shadows we must be. I don't know what's with all the Lord of the Rings fucking spiel tonight, but hey ho, there you go. Oh, thank you so much. Hello. Room service. Oh. Oh. Stealing my kill. God, doesn't matter what game I go on. Ooh, avoid that. In the butt! Ooh, spine. Sorry. But why would you just leave him down and not kill him? That's very silly behavior. Very silly indeed. You could have died. You could have been seen. Now we're doing Harry Potter. Okay. Anything? Ooh, mushrooms. Oh, cooey. Nice. Oh. You a fancy bitch. Ooh, that was definitely some form of groin shot. That was a titty shot. Oh yeah. Ooh. Shiny rock. What can I say? I love a shiny rock. Bitches love shiny rocks. Oh, no. Ooh. Okay. Not what I wanted. Ooh, I can level up. Should we do that now? Yeah, let's do that now. So. I want to put her stamina. So we've got... quite high lockpick and light armor. Oh, sneak. We can't unlock anything else in sneak yet. Excuse me. Oh, we can increase that. So we can increase stealth. Or we can move faster with a bow drawn. Or are there any others that we can increase? We can increase critical shot. We can increase the zooming. Time slowing down. Or we can increase the bow damage. A drawn bow. So what should we do? Should we increase our sneak? Should we increase our bow damage? Should we make time slower? Or should we increase our critical shots? Or is it the chance for critical shot? Chance. What do you think? Excuse me. It's very warm. I don't do well in heat. Critical shot? Okay. Critical shot it is. Ooh. Hello. Oh. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm gonna do that every time. Anything over that side? No. Ah, I see you, sneaky mushroom. Be right back. Not a problem, my love. Try and see if any of them are wearing armor. Oh, that's always a good sign. Woo! Jesus, Bella and Ellie died. Our tails just ran across the top of my foot under the desk. Nearly shit myself. Right, we are going to quick save. Because I ain't going all the way back there if I start again. Spider webs. Bollocks. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, hang on, hang on. Oh, wait. Whale, whale. Bird. Bird, bird. They have so much money left on them. Snake. Bird. Don't mind me. Whale. And bird. Woohoo! Come on, where are you? I can hear you. There you are. Go for your shout. Really? I'll take the magical axe. I'm facing completely wrong way, sorry. Well, not completely wrong way, but you know what I mean. I'm facing bad, sorry. So much gold just lying around. Ooh, and a ruby. I'm sorry, are you bored? Fighting zombies not entertaining. God damn. I know it's technically not a zombie, but we're gonna call it that. Oh, it's gonna be spiders, I just know it. Not excited. Is there a way to trigger that? At least with this? Nope. Okay, fine. Worth a try. Just try not to step on it. That went really well. What the? Look, I tried, okay? Oh, I'm not missing that one. Do you want to go first? Hey, you.
We're one of the same kind, you and I. I'm glad. Fine. What? What?
Go there. Thank you. You're a good egg. Oh, oh. Oh, I'm paying attention. Hang on. Snake, whale, whale, bird. Oh, they're above them again, never mind. A snake. Oh, I heard another one move. Whale. Oh, okay. You mother... Snake, whale. How much? Right, which one's this gonna move? Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah. Bird, bird, whale, whale, snake, snake, whale, whale. Yes!
I thought it high time I caught up with you.
Hi, Ace. How you doing? Long time no see. Oh, I'm good. I am glad. You been up to much? Oh, excuse me. I just got poisoned because of you. That's because I made you electrocute yourself, isn't it? Rude. I'm second! That's how I'm doing! Well, they kept it just for you. Excuse me. Woo! That's been happening a lot. God damn. Oh. Yeah, well, that might give us something. A big fat nothing is what it gave us. So what you been up to? I know you and Guy have been doing a lot of jazz streams and stuff, which is awesome. I have seen a couple. Always up to a bunch. Working lots of wood, and then the end of the afternoon here. Shot some birds for the cats to eat. Oh! They turned into ravenous mini tigers. Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
Well now, would you look at that? Thought I heard something.
You bugger.
Nothing seems to work. Keep it busy. I'll try to drain some of it out.
Oh, I'm just wasting arrows. Okay. I'll just wait.
I'll see you.
Tonight I can't be on stream because I got a sweet opportunity at some paid acting in the local area. Really? That's so good! Oh, I'm excited for you. I think I'm gonna show up to the event as Ricky too. Ooh. That's so good. You'll have to let us know how it goes. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Been a while since I saw you too. Yeah, there's been a lot going on. And the computer has been acting up. But we do have new parts coming on Wednesday, and we got a new controller. G30. I love it. I do need some of the silicone grips for her though, because like I like them. It's a comfort thing. But yes, we should have new parts on Wednesday. So it looks so proud of that controller. It's pretty. Look at it. It's just so pretty. Which hopefully means I'll be able to add more onto it, like onto the stream, and like maybe having stream avatars back. And maybe I'll be able to like do more things on the big green K that we're currently streaming to as well. Maybe I can add some more things to that because I'll be able to pizzazz the computer up a bit more. Don't know. We shall see. But yeah, a lot of shit been going on. But it's all good. It's fine. You know, we're fine. What's it? Why is it? Yes, I can see the thing. No, not you.
Be prepared to... I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Savos Aran of this discovery? Please, hurry.
I suppose. Did I loot everything?
This is simply fascinating.
Yes, okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Oh, whoa, Betty. Bomb alarm. Oh, you know what that means. Oh, we already know it. What we'll learn. I want to play games, just don't know what to play. Well, you could go on Skyrim again. Or you could do more on your farm and space game thing. Whatever that's called, can't remember. You could do some more on your Minecraft. Well, hi, you dapper son of a bitch. La 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 la. So now we can go. Nope. Oh. I mean, it's not untrue, is it? Stop it. Stop it. Fast travel is for cheaters. Next time, walk your ass over. I'm crippled. I have, like, the best
here will
excuse.
last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
Oh.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now. I see. I trust that Toftir will provide a more specific explanation.
Maybe.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
She says as she's
Toftir
running on
normally looks
stone
after your
floors.
little group, yes?
It's an
Since he's
unpredictable
apparently
disability,
occupied, and I will
okay?
need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything
Sounds
that
like
matches
someone would
your
kill on
discovery.
flipping Shadow
And
of War.
good work.
Or Mordor.
The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic
Urag.
ruins, perhaps this will be helpful.
It's selective disabilism. Disabilism? Well, yep, that's what I said, and I'm sticking to it. Disabilism. My mouth just didn't want to work there.
Until next time.
I know it's disableism, but my mouth just didn't want to work, so it was disabilism. Rude. My God. I'm sure it's a word somewhere it will be. If you have a speech impediment, it is. Ooh. Look at this beautiful garden. Are you done? Picks on us all the time, you know. All the time. I'm gonna tell Ayla. Then she's gonna drop bitty bombs on you. Bitty bomb.
Do it.
I will? I will. Ooh, I'm scared. You will be when you start getting bitty bombs. And then you're like, just you wait. Don't worry, I'll join in too. Don't mind me just stealing your shit. It's what I do. Da 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 da. What are those? I don't know. But I'm gonna steal them anyway. No, she will bring the fearsome gummies. She will. And she'll lick them and stick them to your forehead. And then you'll feel real silly. Excuse me, little potion. Ooh! That's what glummies was. Yep, glummies. I'll give him his balls back. Just think of all the goodies that we can make to increase our skill and then just get rid of. Oh, didn't mean to get that, but well, mine now. A butterfly. Another butterfly. Oh, he's right there. What? That's not creepy at all. Lots of boots. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Roll of paper. I think you should drop 1,200 septims in there. It's contribution for all the stuff you stole. Septums. I don't think I got any of those. I'm not stealing it, I'm just borrowing it for an undisclosed period of time. Totally different. Ooh, totally different. Oh, the money in this game. Oh, I knew that. You can tell which of us has played this game before. It's not theft when you're simply acquiring resources. Exactly. Just putting it somewhere safe for him. Ooh. It's not theft if I don't get caught. There is that too. I mean, the man's right. Oh. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, is there not something over there you want to look at? That looks really cool. Can't see me. Fuck. You should really save before stealing. I know. How about we save right now? Is it... It is gold, but it has Uriel Septim's face on it. I fucking died and I renewed it. Oh! Sorry. Okay, I didn't know that. Can you not see me right now? You have crystals and I want them.
I trust you aren't considering any thievery.
No, no. Why would I do a thing like that? That was close. Oh, there's one more. I slipped. You all saw it? I slipped. Ta-ra. I get away with everything. Do you know why? Pick controller. Ah, the library. Kiwi.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in
Jesus.
charge. It might as well be my own little plane
It's
of
the
oblivion.
boobas.
Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
That's a definite. That was meant to be definite book lover, and it was defecate. Words are hard.
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Really?
Well, all right. Here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it
It's
out.
a bit of a shitty
but be
book
careful.
over there. I like it. Do, 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 do.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask.
You better own
No,
every
I don't
volume
have
of the
anything
lusty
for you.
Angonian
Not anymore,
maid.
anyway.
Angonian. Why am I so bad at the words today? My God. But yes, hopefully.
I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering.
That's
I think
probably
one
why.
of those volumes may have had some relevant
Why
information.
are you so bad
If you
at that?
want them,
I
you'll have to
don't
talk
know.
to Orthorn.
Maybe I'm having a stroke. I am old. I'm aware that strokes are not a funny thing, but that was humorous. Okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what are you?
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarthal,
Not
yes?
that old.
It has come to my attention that something was found there.
Maybe.
I know full well that you have. Please do not insult my intelligence. Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a
You
full
just
report
know.
when he returns.
Like, if he turned around and said, my father will hear of this, I would not be surprised at all. You will be... Cyber. I didn't even see that. Filth. Was it? Huh? Filth.
It is my job to know these things. My role as advisor to the Archmage is
I would have got away with it too if it weren't for that ace.
Transpires here. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
Your father will hear of this. That way? Yes. No. Sort of. If it weren't for that damn dog. What's these? Oh. Here's somewhere we stole from earlier. Ooh, it's not. Motherfucker. Hello. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Feel free to lurk or join chat. Follows are anonymous and all that jazz. Oh! Love me some Skyrim. Someone you love to hit. I'm getting that vibe. Yeah, I am getting that vibe. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well. Are you a big Skyrim player? This is my first playthrough. So, be gentle. What's that? The fuck is that? It's gonna kill me, isn't it? She's doing well, but not well with words. No, the words are bad. The words are not good today. The thievery, on point though. Doing good all in all, balancing life and being a mom. Oh, From what I have witnessed, that is a tricky thing to do. But I have no doubt you're doing a fantastic job. They shouldn't just leave it around if they don't want us to pick it up, to be fair. Yes, a huge Elder Scrolls fan. I can see why. There's lots of Elder Scrolls fans, like, everywhere, obviously. But we have a few in chat with us as well. I heard a person. Hello, hello. Will you just stay there? You're making me nervous.
You need, As you wish.
God damn. Up my ass. Now would not be the time to say anything, Cyber. Because you will get in trouble. Just saying. Ooh, gold. I just love... That's the Khajiit, isn't it? Well, you know what they say, the fastest land mammal is a toddler. That was asked what was in their mouth. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Excuse me. You left that there. Sleep well. And we're back to the beginning.
Yes.
I have that to look forward to. The baby's not quite a year old yet, but it's teething something. Oh, teething. Oh, Harsh times. Mine's 2.5. With another on the way. Oh, you do have another on the way. Fantastic. Congratulations. I was wondering. Last time I spoke to Yuki, she was like... Congratulations. Where's the fucking exit? There. Oh, but there's more to steal. Oh, of course. No man, Badu. It's only because I know the cell reasonably well. Right, just leave. Stop stealing things. My goodness. I mean, they are called Pandora loots a lot, so... Theft is sort of looting. Looting with style. What time? Ooh! So, where are we going? Oh, we're going to find... Oh, okay, that wasn't my intention. However, they're still breathing, so I guess we're doing something right. Exactly! There's no manual on how to do it anyway, as long as they're happy and they're healthy. Breathing, you know, all that jazz. Then you're doing an absolutely excellent job. Panda Yuki! Hello, how are you? I've just realised I didn't give Ace a shouty. Oh my god. Now I'll give Yuki shouty too. How are you, lovely lady?
Yeah, it's okay. If you're not around, you got better.
Actually, so I got a lot of folk around here telling me that we need to go over to Ayla, so we're probably gonna head to Ayla.
Okay, I'll meet you over at Ayla's. I already rated designs. So.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Till then. That's fine. That's fine.
I'll meet you over there.
Why are you there?
Till then.
I left you in the pub. Around 7 months now. Oh my goodness. Congratulations! I was just saying to Ace, I remembered evidently about 6 months, 7 months ago, you was saying that you thought you might have been, but you weren't sure. So congratulations. Oh, that's great. Oh, so you'll have one of each now then. That's awesome. I'm very happy for you both. Right, we're gonna sell some of our stolen stuff, and then I'm probably gonna have to call it for the night because I had a later start.
I'm one of the lookouts for the guild. I watched Delvin's back.
Shorter stream, I'm afraid, but I will be back tomorrow because we have everything working now. Yes and no. Ace has one of each. I'll have 2 boys and 1 girl. Oh! Oh. That's lush. Does the guild provide other stuff? That's not what I want. I want to sell stuff.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
As you type that, you were naming him Arthur. The song I'm listening to screamed King Arthur. That's brilliant. Right, we don't... That looks like Thanos' nuts. Well, nut. That is a Thanos testicle. That can get sold. It does though, doesn't it? Look at it. It's even got lines like his chin. Thanos has only got one ball. No, I was gonna say I'll stop. I'll probably not. Boots. Oh, you can have a cabbage.
Time for a little drinking pool. Cheers, genitals.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm not eating a heart to find out what the thing is. I like the bow, I like the sword. You can have that. You can have that. You can have that. Don't really need strength. Dwarven dagger. Have you seen how many Graysol's got in with her? She's smashing it. Oh, I've got no doubt. I love Graysol. She's so adorable. And she's doing so well. Like, when I first started following Graysol, I think I started following her when she just started. So she only had, like, 50 followers or something like that. And the lady has done her work. She is absolutely smashing it. It is awesome. She had 91 in last time I checked. That is so good. I'm not surprised, though. Because, like, she is adorable. And she's really good at gaming. Flute, sell. Fox pelt. Giant's toe. A dead man's toe. Oh, I don't really need a gourd. That I do need. Do you know what? Why don't I just use this in the first place? Elven dagger can go. I need the pickaxe. Don't really need that. Don't really need that. I will use that. Don't really know what... Oh! Oh, that was a big drop. That looks cool. Nope, nope,
Why
not
don't
done.
You take a look
not
at some
done.
of my merchandise
I
and
pressed the
we'll
wrong
see
button.
what
I'm
kind
not
of deal
done.
we can make.
Yeah. Oh. Maybe not then, okay. Mm-hmm. No, no. Why does everybody say that? They're so rude. Just, mm-hmm. Damn. Okay, so we're going to quick save. And then we're going to find somebody to raid, guys. Because, it's my time. I know I was late starting, and I do apologise. But I will be back tomorrow. And we will play more of this, and it'll be great. Okay? It'll be great. Nope, nope, buttons. Buttons. Seeing as anyone that's watching on Kick right now can't join us on a raid, I will say goodbye on Kick. And we will also be back on Kick tomorrow. Hang on, I'm going to see if this actually works. Come on, come on. Yeah! That is a Discord link if you would like to join and find out what time we do go live tomorrow. But until then, I shall see you. So, goodbye to the big green K. Now, back to you beautiful people on the big purple square. Who should we raid? Obviously, if Graysel's on, I kind of want to go that way. But who do we raid? We've got... Or do you want to stick with Skyrim or do you want to go with someone that we know? Is the first part. What do you think? I'm playing Repo with a friend. Oh, how are you liking it? I love Repo. I thought it was hilarious. Playing Repo, it was so fun. But yes, sorry, what do we think? Do we think Skyrim or do we think someone we know? What would you prefer to stick to? Because you're all coming, like, you know, you all have to go there too. So if you have a preference, then let's fucking go. She's streaming if you want to make a friend. Oh, is she? Oh, okay. Let's go see your friend then. What? Give me a name, Gee. Give me a name. Wolf Druid Rose. Oh, I like it. That is a nice name. I love druids. Okay, bet. Let's go. Start raid. And hey ho. Okay, my lovelies, you know the score. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight and for joining us back streaming with you guys and on this delightful game. Thank you so much for the raids. My goodness. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the bits. Like, Jesus. Don't spoil me too much. I'll get used to it. You know what I mean? No. But I appreciate you all greatly. Congratulations to Yuki and Ace. I am so happy for you. And congratulations on the acting thing as well. So happy for you for that. There's just so much good stuff going on today. It's great. Really loving it. So, we will be back tomorrow. We will be playing this tomorrow. I will try and turn up on time. She won't. She'll shout, you shut up. You're spoiling my vibe. You're spoiling. You're not really. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'll try and be on time. It'll be this game again. I'll be on Big Green K if you want to have a look over there. If you stream, look into the Big Green K. Very good. Top notch. Would recommend because better for you. But yes, until then, I appreciate you all greatly. And I'll see you